And today I will be demonstrating how to replace the hard drive and install the solid state drive into this ASUS FX505G gaming laptop. What you'll need is a Phillips head screwdriver, and let's go ahead and remove the screws on the back panel. Now, using something like a stiff plastic guitar pick, we can score along the palm rest and the bottom cover to remove it without scratching the material up. First things first, we'll disconnect the battery from the system, and we just want to push this connector this way. You can see over here is the 2.5-inch hard drive bay, where we currently have a 1 terabyte hard drive installed. And over here we actually have a M.2 port, so it looks like we can keep the hard drive installed and use that as storage, and we can install an M.2 NVMe SSD right here. Before we do anything else, I'll remove these two heat sinks and apply new thermal paste and see if I need to clean up the fans a little bit. And for the RAM upgrades, I took out the single 8GB Micron stick, and I'll be replacing that with two matching sticks by a brand called Timetec, and we're installing 16GB of 3200 MHz DDR4 RAM. Now, we should note that this RAM speed will cap at 2666 MHz, so although we're installing 32, we're not going to see those speeds. Unless maybe there's a setting in the BIOS that I don't know of. I'll check that out later. And here's a 512GB Timetec NVMe solid state drive with speeds PCIe 3x4. Okay, now let's boot this thing on and make sure that everything's recognized in BIOS. So far so good, the BIOS looked okay. I've got my Windows 11 media loaded up, and I'm about to install. And I'm just going to take a moment to wipe the hard drive. To do that, in the Windows install, in case you're curious, you can hold down Shift, press F10, and that pulls up Command Prompt. In Command Prompt, we want to enter disk partition, and we can do so by typing DISK PART. We can now type list disk. And here we can see that disk 0 is our hard drive, disk 1 is the NVMe solid state drive, disk 2 is the USB drive. So now we want to type select disk 0, and to clean off the partitions on the hard drive, we can type clean. Now this hard drive is quite slow, this might take a second. Okay, disk part succeeded in cleaning the disk. We can now type exit, and exit one more time. Now we're ready to install Windows 11. I'm actually going to take a moment to put the bottom panel back on the case and load this back up. I'll come back once Windows is installed and the drivers are updated and let you know how it went. So there's my Windows 11 boot media right there. It's an SD card plugged into a StarTech adapter. I'll just quickly go through the Windows 11 install just in case you're curious on how to do it. It's really quite simple, it's just following instructions, but I haven't really done this in a video in a little while. So we're at this window, and remember we already cleared out the partitions on the hard drive. We're ready to install onto the SSD. Let's hit next, install now. Now we can click I accept, custom install Windows only, and now we can see that there's only one partition on drive 1, which is the SSD. We can select that and then click next. So I'm setting up a new PC while Windows is installing. And since we've gone to this much detail in the video, here's one more tip. To bypass having to set up a Windows account during setup, again press Shift F10, okay, and type in all caps OOBE / bypass NRO, and just let that cycle through. Okay, so we'll select Canada because we're in Canada, press yes, US keyboard, skip second keyboard layout, and now when you get here we'll select I don't have internet and continue with limited setup. So this way you don't have to sign up with a Microsoft account just to install Windows. Okay, and we'll select no, no, required only, no, no, no. So again, I'll be back once the drivers are installed, and we'll see how the system's performing. Okay, so Windows 11 is up and running, and I've got everything updated, including the graphics card drivers. What I have is Heaven Benchmark running just for a little test, and I've got Hardware Monitor open in the background just to monitor the temperatures of the CPU and GPU. Anyways, I'd call this install a success. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment below. If you're using this particular laptop in 2024 and beyond, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Or if you have any suggestions on how to fine-tune the system, it'll be going back to the customer, but maybe it's something I could pass along. Alright, have a great day, and thanks a lot for watching.